An old man walked into a flower shop and asked for the smallest bouquet they had. Not the brightest, not the cheapest, the smallest. The bell above the door gave a soft little chime, almost too gentle for the man who entered behind it. He wore a brown coat with frayed sleeves, shoes polished so many times the leather had gone dull, and a flat cap pulled low over white hair. Outside, the late afternoon rain whispered against the windows. Inside, the shop smelled of roses, wet stems, soil, and lemon cleaner. At the counter, a young florist named Emily looked up from trimming lilies. "Smallest?" she asked. The old man nodded. His hands trembled, but his voice did not. "Yes, ma'am. Just enough to hold." In the corner near a row of potted ferns, a biker named Ray looked over. Ray was built like a closed door. Big shoulders, gray beard, black leather vest, boots that sounded heavy even when he tried to walk quietly. He had come in for flowers because his younger sister had just had surgery, and he hated hospitals but loved her enough to go anyway. He didn't mean to listen, but something about the old man's voice made the whole shop feel quieter. Emily reached into a small bucket and pulled out 3 white daisies tied with a thin blue ribbon. "This is the smallest one we make," she said. "It's simple, but sweet." The old man's eyes softened. "That'll do." He reached into his pocket and began counting coins onto the counter. 1 quarter, 2 dimes, 3 nickels, a few pennies. Each coin clicked against the glass like a tiny confession. Emily's face changed. "It's okay," she said gently. "You can take it." The old man shook his head immediately. "No, not this." Ray watched his jaw tighten. The old man was poor, that was clear. But this was not about money. Ray felt it before he understood it. He stepped forward and placed a $20 bill on the counter. "I got it," he said. The old man looked up, surprised. "You don't have to." "I know." A pause. Then the old man gave a small nod. "Thank you." He picked up the bouquet like it was made of glass. Ray should have let him leave. He didn't. As the old man turned toward the door, Ray heard himself ask, "Who are they for?" The old man stopped. The rain tapped harder on the window. For a second, he did not turn around. Then he said, very quietly, "My daughter," and walked out. Ray stood frozen, because the answer should have been enough. But it wasn't. The biker still didn't know why the bouquet had to be so small. Ray followed him. Not fast, not threatening, just enough to keep the old man in sight as he moved down the wet sidewalk, shoulders slightly hunched, bouquet tucked close to his chest. Streetlights flickered on one by one. Tires hissed through puddles. Somewhere nearby, a bakery vent pushed warm cinnamon into the cold air. Ray told himself to turn around. He didn't. "Sir," he called. The old man stopped and looked back. Ray shoved his hands into his jacket pockets. "Mind if I walk with you?" The old man studied him for a moment. A huge biker in black leather asking permission like a schoolboy. Then he nodded. "I don't mind." They walked side by side, slow, unhurried, the kind of pace that made Ray notice things he usually ignored. The glow of apartment windows, the smell of rain on concrete, the squeak of the old man's right shoe, the careful way he held those 3 daisies. After half a block, Ray said, "Your daughter's sick?" The old man's eyes stayed forward. "Yes," Ray nodded. "Hospital?" "No." Another silence. The city moved around them, but between the 2 men, everything felt still. "She's in a memory care home," the old man said. Ray's steps slowed. Memory care. The words landed heavy. "Alzheimer's?" he asked. The old man nodded once. Late stage. Ray looked away. He had known hard things. Bar fights. Bad accidents. Funerals with motorcycles lined up outside churches. Men who cried with helmets in their hands. But this felt different. This was a kind of loss that kept breathing. The old man continued. At first, she forgot little things. Recipes. Appointments. Or she left her purse. Then she forgot conversations. Then birthdays. Then faces. His voice stayed calm, but Ray could hear the cracks underneath. "When did she stop recognizing you?" Ray asked. The old man paused at a crosswalk. The red hand glowed across the street. Rainwater gathered along the curb, carrying leaves and cigarette butts toward the drain. 14 months ago, he said. "I walked into her room, and she asked if I was for maintenance." Ray swallowed. "What did you say?" The old man smiled sadly. I told her I was just someone who cared about her. The walk signal changed. They crossed. Ray kept quiet now. Some stories didn't need questions. They needed witnesses. The old man looked down at the bouquet. She loved flowers when she was little. Daisies most of all. She used to pick them from the yard and bring them to me with dirt still on the roots. A passing bus groaned at the curb. Its brakes screamed. The smell of diesel filled the air. Ray glanced at the flowers. So you bring her daisies every Sunday. But if she doesn't remember, the old man stopped walking. His eyes glistened under the streetlight. She doesn't have to remember. Ray frowned. The old man held the bouquet tighter. Because I do. And in that moment, Ray felt something inside him go quiet. The biker still didn't know why the bouquet had to be so small, but he was starting to understand why it mattered. The memory care home sat at the end of a quiet street. It was clean. Brick walls, trimmed hedges, warm lights in the windows. But as Ray followed the old man through the front doors, the air changed. It smelled like antiseptic, old carpet, lavender spray, and soup from a distant kitchen. A nurse at the front desk looked up. "Mr. Harlan," she said softly. "She's awake today." The old man smiled. "Thank you, Grace. Awake today." Ray heard the words and felt their weight. Not good today, not better today, just awake. They walked down a hallway where every sound seemed padded. A television murmured behind one door. Someone laughed suddenly, then stopped. A wheelchair squeaked somewhere around the corner. The fluorescent lights buzzed softly overhead. Ray's boots felt too loud, too heavy, too alive. At room 12, Mr. Harlan paused with his hand on the door handle. Ray noticed the pause. It was small, but it said everything. "You want me to wait out here?" Ray asked. The old man turned. "No," he said. "You came this far." Then he opened the door. A woman sat beside the window in a pale blue sweater. Thin hands, silver hair brushed neatly. Eyes fixed on the rain sliding down the glass. The room smelled of powder, clean sheets, and the faint sweetness of the daisies from last week, wilted in a cup near the sink. Mr. Harlan stepped inside. "Hi, sweetheart." The woman turned slowly. Ray held his breath. Nothing changed in her face. No recognition, no joy, no daughter seeing her father, just polite confusion. "Hello," she said. "Do I know you?" Ray looked down, but Mr. Harlan smiled like he had practiced surviving that question. "I'm a friend." He held out the bouquet. "I brought you these." Her eyes moved to the flowers. For a moment, something gentle crossed her face. "Oh," she whispered. "Pretty." She took them carefully. Her fingers brushed the petals. Ray saw Mr. Harlan's eyes fill, but the man did not cry. He only watched her like those 3 seconds were worth the entire walk. The coins, the rain, the pain. Then she placed the bouquet on the side table and turned back to the window. Forgotten. Just like that. Ray's jaw clenched. He wanted to be angry at something, at the disease, at the room, at the unfairness of a father becoming a stranger while still standing right there. "Mr. Harlan pulled the chair close and sat beside her. Not too close, just close enough. "It rained today," he said softly. "You always liked rain when you were little. Said it made the grass smell awake." The woman did not answer. He continued anyway. "You used to run outside barefoot. Your mother would yell, and you'd laugh like you had no intention of listening." A faint smile touched his mouth. Ray stood near the door, unable to move. The smallest bouquet was not small because love was small. It was small because memory was. The biker still didn't know how a man could keep showing up for someone who no longer knew his name. But he was watching it happen. They stayed for 23 minutes. Ray counted without meaning to. 23 minutes of Mr. Harlan telling stories his daughter could not keep. The room darkened slowly as evening pressed against the window. Rain softened to a mist. The lamp beside the bed glowed amber, making everything look warmer than it felt. Mr. Harlan told her about a yellow bicycle, about the time she lost her first tooth in a peanut butter sandwich, about a school play where she forgot every line and bowed anyway. Sometimes she looked at him. Sometimes she looked through him. Once, she interrupted and asked, "Are you waiting for someone?" Mr. Harlan smiled. "Yes," he said, "I suppose I am." Ray had to turn toward the window. His own father had died 5 years earlier. They had not been close at the end. Too much pride. Too many missed calls. Too many sentences that started with, "I'll go next week." Now there was no next week. There was only a grave. He visited twice a year, and guilt he pretended was respect. Watching Mr. Harlan sit there asking for nothing, expecting nothing, broke something open in him. Finally, the old man stood. He adjusted the blanket over his daughter's knees. She looked up. "Are you leaving?" "Yes, sweetheart." "Will you come back?" Mr. Harlan's face trembled. Ray saw it. For 1 second, the old man looked like he might collapse under the mercy of that question. Then he nodded. "Always." She smiled politely, like a stranger thanking another stranger. Mr. Harlan touched the back of her chair, but not her shoulder. Maybe because touch confused her now. Maybe because he had learned where love could stand without frightening her. "I'll see you next Sunday," he said. She turned back to the window. They left the room quietly. In the hallway, Ray exhaled like he had been holding his breath for years. The nurse passed with a tray of medicine cups. Plastic wheels clicked softly against the floor. From somewhere nearby came the smell of mashed potatoes and coffee. Outside, the air was cold and clean. Mr. Harlan stood under the awning, looking at the parking lot lights shining in wet puddles. "Thank you for walking with me," he said. Ray shook his head. "I didn't do anything. You stayed." Ray looked at him. "How do you do that every week?" Mr. Harlan's eyes remained on the rain. "At first I came hoping she would remember me. Then I came because she didn't." Ray's throat tightened. "That sounds impossible." The old man turned to him. "No. It's just love after the easy parts are gone." Ray looked away, blinking hard. The biker still didn't know how to carry a love that heavy, but now he knew what strength really looked like. The next Sunday, Ray went back to the flower shop. Emily looked up from arranging roses and froze. The big biker stood near the counter holding his helmet in both hands. His leather vest was damp from the morning fog. His eyes looked tired, but different, softer. "Smallest bouquet you got," he said. Emily's face changed. "For Mr. Harlan?" Ray nodded. "And one more. For who?" Ray looked toward the window. Outside, traffic moved through the gray morning. A church bell rang somewhere far away. The shop smelled like eucalyptus, wet leaves, and fresh-cut stems. "My father," Ray said quietly. "Haven't visited him in a while." Emily did not ask why. She made 2 small bouquets, 3 white daisies each. When Mr. Harlan arrived, he stopped at the door. Ray was waiting beside his motorcycle. The old man looked surprised. "You didn't have to come again." Ray shrugged. "I know." The 2 men walked together. Same slow pace, same cold sidewalk, same city noise softened by something neither of them named. But this time, Ray carried flowers too. At the care home, Nurse Grace smiled when she saw them both. The hallway smelled like lemon polish and breakfast toast. Somewhere, an old radio played a song from another lifetime. Room 12 was bright with morning light. Mr. Harlan's daughter sat by the window. He gave her the daisies. She smiled. "They're pretty." And for those few seconds, Mr. Harlan looked completely alive. Ray finally understood. The bouquet had to be small because she would only hold it for a moment. But love did not measure moments by length. It measured them by devotion. After the visit, Ray rode to the cemetery. He parked beside the iron gate and walked across wet grass, boots sinking slightly into the earth. The air smelled like pine, rain, and stone. He found his father's grave near an oak tree. For a long time, he said nothing. Then he placed the 3 daisies against the headstone. "Hey, Dad," he whispered, his voice cracked. "I'm sorry I stayed gone so long." Wind moved through the branches. No answer came, but Ray stayed anyway. Because now he knew something he had not known before. Love did not always speak back. Sometimes it forgot your name. Sometimes it lay beneath the ground. Sometimes it sat by a window, staring at rain. But if you remembered, then love was still alive somewhere. Weeks later, people in town began noticing the biker and the old man every Sunday, walking side by side, one slow, one strong, both carrying flowers. And whenever someone asked Ray why he kept going, he always gave the same answer, because he remembers. Then he would pause and add, softer, and now I do too.